When we mention Visakha Bucha Day from the very beginning, it's very important day, very remarkable for all Buddhists because it means the date of birth, enlightenment, and passing day of the Lord Buddha. But during this COVID-19 situation, many Buddhists would like to hear recommendation from venerable monk in Thailand, what they should adjust their pace of life right now during COVID-19, especially tonight, what they should do during Visakha Bucha Day. And right now we have Phra Shakyavongsvisuddhi, Anil Sakya from Wat Bovoranives joining us live.
To start off, I would like to ask you whether how you see this whole crisis from the point of view of Buddhism. Is there something that we lay people in the rush to go back to normal life has missed or have overlooked?
First of all, thank you for having me in your program. In fact, when we talk about all the rituals and rites and rituals, if we understand Buddhism perfectly, actually rites and rituals are just there as a preparation in order to enter the real essence of Buddhism itself. So therefore, whether it is a candlelight, whether it is going to the temple, whatever you do, that is all kind of just preparations for what? In order to go inside your own temple, that is your mind. Buddha is always emphasized on our mental temple, our mind temple, or what we call is Dhammaran in Pali. That is the most important thing. So therefore, whether you call it candle processions or we call circumambulations, the essence of a circumambulating is just recollecting the virtues of the Buddha, the Dhamma, and Sangha. And what we mean by that, a Buddha is not only the historical Buddha or historical personality which came to in Buddhism, but in fact, the Buddha also means awakening. So therefore, when we think of the Buddha as the birth of the Buddha, like today, when we are thinking of the birth of our awakening, so when we are ready to awake, so that is a basic idea of the birth of the Buddha. Then he struggled, he went through a lot of perseverance in order to get through what we call is enlightenment or the awakening. So that is a very basic idea of the dharma or awakening itself. So therefore, when we talk about the real essence of the Visakha Puja of Buddhism itself, it is in our heart, in our mind. The physical temple is just there in order to remind the real temple which is in our minds. So therefore, whether COVID with us or not, actually in normal days and in normal years, we go to temple in order to enlighten, in order to light the candle in our mind temple, which is in our mind.
Venerable, but during this COVID-19, people must have been very full of anxiety, worries, especially from economic impact. On this very important day, what do you like to reckon, what do you like to recommend to Buddhists in Thailand and around the world in order to practice at the same time?
Yes, we are, at the moment, we are invaded with this virus. And of course, everyone is uncertain, everyone is insecure. And this makes us very anxiety. This makes us very worrisome. But at the same time, it is very risky for our public health and the personal health with this virus thing. And the measurement which the world at the moment taking in order to avoid the impact of the virus itself is the social distancing, taking care of yourself with all these masks and all necessities of the hygiene and so on and so. But what we found that when we are doing all those things, it has a very it damages the economy itself. And now we are thinking whether we should select the health or economy. I think this is something we have to be very careful, and we have a misunderstanding of a lot of things here. If we understand the word health, actually, in English, when we talk about the health, we are referring to our physical health. But there's another analogy of the word health is a wealth, which is originated from the word well or well-being. And in order to have our health intact, of course, we need to have well-being or wealth around us. But at the moment, unfortunately, when we talk about the wealth, suddenly we think of all the money or the economy and so on and so. From Buddha's point of view, we have to make a balance between this health and wealth.
Venerable, many people believe that the coronavirus pandemic has changed the world the way we have never seen before, and things are not going to be back to the same situation like before. And people start talking about the so-called new normal. So my question is, for people in priesthood like yourself, is there such thing as new normal? Because I know that few people have been going to the temple. I mean, few people have been giving out alms to Buddhist monks. And are there any other changes that you think that people in Buddhism are facing?
Yes, the main essence of the Buddhist teaching is always a new normal. We are never all normal because we always have to change according to conditions, according to the scenario, which is always changing. Buddha says that everything is impermanent, everything is transient. So in order to live with the aspect of the changing, the wave of changing, we have to be new normal all the time. So this is not a new normal as we are seeing these days. Old days, we never know what is this technology about. But at the moment, we are using this technology. And if you are not using technology, you are disadvantaged of those technology. So in a way that you have to pick up the technologies as it comes. In old days, all the Buddhist texts were in the palm leaf, but now we can have in our own palm, in our own hand. So this is a technology, and then that always changing in a good way, or sometimes one who is not able to improve yourself with these new changes, of course, you will become disadvantaged after all those things. So from Buddhist point of view, new normal is something which is very important and which is a must way of living. Because if you change the word for new normal, that is the same word in Buddhism called bhavana, or what we call is development. When we think of a development, we always think that it is a good. No, it is not always good. Because the etymology of development, the root of development is come from the destruction itself. We have to destroy something in order to bring up something new. So therefore, the new normal, what we are facing at the moment, is the same thing.
So new normal is not something new in Buddhism, Kuntep Chai, and we all have to adjust to new normal situation all the time, according to Phra Anil.
Now, in fact, if we listen carefully to the Venerable, I mean, had we tried to understand Buddhism deeper and better than we did, I mean, we might have been more prepared to deal with the pandemic. Being the mindfulness, I mean, is probably the key word in his message to us here.